Hello, Internet! It's Monday again. No! Don't worry, I brought you a movie. I've got your back. Today on Movie Monday, I bring you...
Jackie, a biographical drama through the eyes of the former First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis that deals with her marriage, the assassination, and its consequences. The movie is directed by Pablo Larraín, and the story deals with the days after the assassination of the 35th President of the United States of America, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, shown through the eyes of Jackie Kennedy. The story starts off by a taxi arriving to the house of Jackie Kennedy, and with it a journalist arrives to write a story about her and a recollection of the event. As she tells the story of her and her husband, the movie jumps back and forth in time to show us specific events. This is the story without spoilers. This movie does not try to praise Jackie or JFK for that matter. We get to know a very human former First Lady from right the beginning. She's behaving pretty different when she is in public and when she's with the reporter. And she's heavily censoring what the journalist can write down and what not. She separates her grief from the public view to protect the legacy that JFK left behind in his short time of presidency. Although it is a slow movie, at the same time it is really complex. We get a glimpse behind the scenes of the ugly politics of how a tragedy of that magnitude does not really matter to some. We see how the family members who are left behind deal with the situation. The grief and pain are heavily represented. It deals with the selfishness in general, on how we are going to remember our dead and the way we do it. Is it really for us or for their memory? All that is hinted in the actions of the First Lady. We even get a look into the family life, the scandals and the affairs, showing that behind the title, there are people, there are always people. One scene in particular is shocking, and it is the assassination. The director shows everything, and I mean everything. The acting. This movie has a solid cast. Natalie Portman has again shown that she has amazing talent. I did not see an actor playing the First Lady. I saw a strong, smart, independent woman who has been through a few traumas in her life, yet she tried to keep everything together. Peter Sarsgaard played Robert Kennedy, who a few years later had a fate similar to JFK. He had some really great emotional scenes as well. The late great John Hurt also gave a great performance as the priest who was talking to Jackie about everything that happened. Billy Crudup, who played the reporter, was kind of one-dimensional, but okay. They used some actual footage in the movie, but they could have used more, I guess. I will give it a 9 out of 10. It is weird to say, but I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. It was a really slow but diverse movie, not just about the assassination, but about the First Lady and her impact on history. I felt a wide scale of emotions watching this movie. Conspiracy theorists won't like this movie because there is none of that in it. As for the real life event, it is one of the biggest tragedies in recent US history, because the President of the United States is one of the symbols of freedom, and by publicly executing a symbol, they forced a nation and other parts of the world to its knees, for a while at least. Just another reminder that people are still barely out of the jungle. But instead of ranting about this for hours, I will leave you with a bit from George Carlin that pretty much sums it up. Thank you for watching.
Human behavior, that's what I like. Humans do some really interesting things. Like, besides killing ourselves, we also kill each other. Murder. And we're the only ones who do that, by the way. Humans are the only species on Earth that deliberately kills members of another species for personal gain. Or pleasure. Sometimes it's just fun. We're also the only species that deliberately kills members of another species for personal gain or pleasure. That's what hunters do. They kill for pleasure. That's us. Human beings. Interesting folks. Murderers. Here's an interesting form of murder we come up with. Assassination. You know what's interesting about assassination? Well, not only does it change those popularity polls in a big fucking hurry, But it's also interesting to notice who it is we assassinate. Do you ever notice who it is? Stop to think of who it is we kill. It's always people who've told us to live together in harmony and try to love one another. Jesus, Gandhi, Lincoln, John Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, John Lennon. They all said, try to live together peacefully. Bam! Right in the fucking head. Apparently, we're not ready for that. Yeah, that's difficult behavior for us.